Welcome back to today's episode. 5 biggest fears holding you back as a PT and how to overcome them. Now, you probably have that shared emotion of being really excited about the potential career as a PT, or if you are a PT, the future of your PT business. But then you're equally a bit scared and a bit frightened because it's the unknown. Perfectly normal. Every single person who ventures into this has the exact same emotions. I know I certainly did. And when I thought about leaving employment and becoming a self-employed trainer, I was petrified. So much so that I just put it off for way too long. I stayed in my comfort zone for too long. And when I finally did jump ship and venture into the unknown and into the world that I am now in and love, I never looked back. Life has never been better. And it was 100% the best decision. One of the best decisions of my life. It was the catalyst for so many great things that then came after that. So I can say this with conviction and passion and everything else. You need to feel that fear and do it anyway. But anyway, I'm going to go through these 5 fears today in today's podcast, and I'm going to talk about how you go overcome them, as I did. Do you suffer with imposter syndrome? Well, join the club. I have spoken to fitness professionals that have been operating as long as I have for over 25 years, and we still get the odd little tinge of imposter syndrome. It's just a natural part of being a human being. Now, obviously, we get it a lot less than probably someone that's thinking about becoming PT or a newly qualified PT, but it still exists. And some of the things that we do to overcome it is we look at the areas that we feel that we're not as strong in and we develop them. Now, to help overcome imposter syndrome, what we recommend at Storm Fitness Academy is that you niche down. So you focus on getting really, really good at a very specific target audience or solving the problems of a very specific target audience. Because then there becomes a load of information out there, and it can be overwhelming, this industry, with all the information that's out there. It means that a load of that is actually going to be irrelevant to you, and you don't even have to worry about it. You can just focus on the books, the podcasts, the videos, the articles, the learning that actually helps your target audience. And that will help you formulate your mission and your vision. And you'll just all the time be looking at something and going, do I need to learn that? Is that actually going to be helpful for my mission? If it's not, move on, crack on. So then it becomes a lot easier. And we help you figure this out. So at Storm Fitness Academy, we will help you figure out who your target audience is. Our elite package or advanced package includes our business course that does exactly that. Now, something else that certainly helped me overcome imposter syndrome, or just be okay with not knowing everything. So when you get to a point where you know a lot, you feel like you have a lot of skills and a lot of knowledge in a specific area, you then realize you can confidently say, I don't know anything about that. So if someone said to me, John, I want to come first in my next bodybuilding competition. I want you to take care of all that for me, the program, nutrition. I mean, I could have a go and I'll probably do an all right job, but it's not my niche. So what I would probably say is exactly that. If you want me to have a go, I can, but it's not my niche. So I think you'd probably be better off going to see one of my graduates who focuses on that. So this is the thing, when you get very, very good at helping a very, very specific audience do a very, very specific thing, get a very, very specific result, you can confidently say to people, that's not my thing, if it's not your thing. The other thing that people worry about is that they have to look like a fitness model. They've got to look in tremendously good shape. And trust me, you don't. Now, I don't. I certainly don't. I do not have a six-pack by any stretch of the imagination. I try to remain relatively healthy and in good condition, but those of you that know me and those that you work with me, my weight can fluctuate. I go through periods where I'm storing more body fat than I would like, and I have to do something about that. But I'm transparent about that. I'm doing it now. I'm telling you guys, but I tell my clients, I'm on this journey too. I am not the finished product by any stretch of the imagination. But what you will be is further down the line than your clients. If you're somebody thinking about becoming a personal trainer, you will have qualifications. So you'll be further down the line than your clients because you are qualified. Just that alone is enough, You've passed assessments, you've completed the learning. The fact that you've been that interested, this has been your passion, you're a fitness enthusiast, so much so that you invest time and money into getting qualified, you're further down the line. Fear number 2, not getting enough clients. Do you worry about not getting enough clients? Are you a PT that is worried about getting their next 5 clients? Again, very, very common to have these feelings. The great thing about stress is it can be used to trigger action. It can make you do things. It's like if you never worried about paying a bill, well, eventually you'd be cut off. You wouldn't have your water, you wouldn't have your gas, you wouldn't have your electric, you wouldn't pay your mortgage, you'd lose your home. So they are bad things. They are things that we should worry about. We should worry about doing those things. But it's when you worry and don't do anything about it, that's the problem. So if you are worried about whether you're going to get your next 5 clients or whether you're going to get your first 5 clients, there's a ton of stuff you can do to make sure that you do get those next 5 clients. And again, at Storm Fitness Academy, our advanced and elite package, they include our business course, which guides you through how to get clients. But quite simply, once you figure out who it is you want to help and how, get in front of them. Where do those people go? Where do they shop? What websites do they go on? What social media channels are they on? Just get in front of them. And you will become an authority in their lives. They're going to look upon you as the person that can solve their problem. So you'll get very good at doing this. And this all might sound overwhelming at first, but that's where we come in. That's where we offer that accountability and that support, moral support, the networking. Fear number 3, and this was a massive one for me, fear of sales and self-promotion. The idea of even doing this once upon a time would have made me cringe. And I've got used to it. It's like anything. You get used to stuff, don't you? The more you do it, the better you get, the more comfortable you feel. This is part of my comfort zone now. And once upon a time, it really wasn't. And it felt a bit like, what's the word? Self-obsessed, actually. Putting a camera and going, everybody look at me, everybody listen to me. It used to make me cringe, but now I get it. It's a necessary thing that I have to do as part of my business. And those people that don't want to listen to what I've got to say or don't want to see me, well, they can do one, can't they? And that's fine. But those that are interested in what I've got to say and do want to listen, then great. I hope that I'm offering you some useful tips. So if something scares you, do more of it. Now, when it comes to sales, you've got to reframe that narrative. So with sales, it's not about trying to sell something to somebody. It's about trying to help somebody. It's about trying to offer somebody a solution to their problems and call into action. If you think, say you watched a movie and you absolutely loved it, the first thing you would do is tell your friend, oh my God, you've got to go and see this movie. You're selling on behalf of the people that made the movie. You're saying to them, that movie's really good. Go watch that movie. You're really going to like it. It's worth the 10 quid you're going to spend. You've just done some selling there, but just the profit is going to someone else. So when you believe in what you have to offer, selling becomes easy. Fear of leaving a stable job. Now, first of all, I would like to challenge that because let's be honest, what job's ever stable? I know teachers, which you would consider to be the most stable job in the world, that have been made redundant. So no one's safe from redundancy. And I would argue that when you're self-employed and you run your own business, you have way more control over that stability. That's certainly been the case for me. And it's certainly the case for so many of our graduates, because if you have a dip in income, you do something about it. You ramp up your marketing, you get out there, you have more conversations. You can totally react to any change in your circumstances within your business. Whereas when you work for an organization, it's not your choice. It's not your choice. So you get the full autonomy when it's your own business. So you can react, you can respond to things. The more you put in, the more you get out. So it is not secure what you're doing right now. When you move on to running your own business, if you're a hard worker and you care about people, then you haven't got to worry about security. Number 5, fear of failing. Do you have a fear of failing? I do. Who doesn't? I have a great life. I am grateful for it every day. And if I'm honest, if I look back to when I was a kid and I think one day, if I had this life, I wouldn't have believed it. I'd wanted it and I'd have a bit of hope that it would happen. I don't think I would have pictured this, and I'm so grateful for it. But where it has come is from me feeling the fear and just cracking on anyway. It's tenacity, it's resilience, it's not giving up. It's a lot of that comes from playing sport competitively and understanding that if you challenge fear head on, then that's where the growth comes from. That's where the progress comes from. So never beat yourself up for feeling the fear, because that's normal. But you've got to rationalize it. And you've got to say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling this fear, but if I want the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, I need to take action anyway. I've got to keep moving forward. And you'll have setbacks and you'll go, oh, setback. I treat it like a game. When you pick up a card and it doesn't go your way, you go, you almost laugh it off. And then when you get something good happen, you go, yay, and you move. That's the way I look at it. And I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. Fear is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. In fact, get out there and fail as often as you can. Don't be scared of failure. I mean, it's normal to feel like uncomfortable with failure. No one wants to fail. But the more you fail, the more success you have. I can't remember the quote. There's a wonderful quote. Do Google it. Michael Jordan says something like, I've missed X number of free throws. I've done this, this, and this, and this. So he lists all his failures, and they're monumental. when the way he lists it, you're like, my God, that's a lot of failures. And he goes, and that is why I'm successful. So there we go. There's the top 5 fears. So you can overcome this. Now, if you want this badly enough, you make it happen. You draw on your support network. And at Storm Fitness Academy, we can be a significant part of your support network. We provide you the qualifications. We provide you with the business support and the mentoring to help you achieve a career that perhaps you only dreamed of, which then will be the catalyst to a life that, you've dreamed of, but never really thought was a reality. Well, trust me, it can be, because my life's good. I love the fitness industry. Enjoy the rest of your day.